Hi, welcome to another session of Learning with ISRAR at ISRAR'S channel. Today our topic is procurement strategies, in which we are going to discuss different procurement strategies, their pros and cons, and the circumstances in which they serve the best. As we know, procurement has become a strategic function in a supply chain management. So it's not just about making a purchase, but about choosing a strategy that leads to the best value and partnerships for the business. And a right procurement strategy can turn simple buying into a strategic assets for the business. And selection of a procurement strategy is an overwhelming decision and require a clear roadmap which I'm going to present here today. So now let's start the presentation in which we are going to discuss different procurement strategies to choose from, their pros and cons, and how do we know which strategy is the right one for us under what circumstances. Basically, the objective of this presentation is to provide a guide to a roadmap through the procurement landscape, offering clear insight into each strategy to help to make the right choices. Those are not just good but great for the business. So let's discuss them one by one. So the first one is the traditional procurement strategy, and it is like the classic recipe that has been passed down through generations. But it is reliable, straightforward, and has stood the test of the time. And at its core, this strategy is about setting clear expectations, letting suppliers compete, and choosing the best fit based on the value or the price. Now let's discuss its pros and cons. So first is pros: transparency. A structured bidding process ensure fairness and transparency. Then market-driven prices is a competitive bidding can drive down prices, ensuring value for the money. And it has clear criteria with set specification. There's a clarity in expectations and deliveries. It has also disadvantages like potential limitations. A rigid bidding process might limit innovative solutions or approaches. It is also an administrative burden. Managing bids and evaluating them can be resource intensive. It has inflexibility in contract. Once a contract is awarded, there may be limited scope for adapting to change or unexpected challenges without renegotiation, which can be cumbersome and time consuming. We can use this strategy in the following situation. When it is a public sector project, given the need for the transparency and accountability in public spending, this method is a favorite for government contracts. And then for large scales endures, for big project where the specifications are clear and the stakes are high, the traditional method offers a structured approach. Then standardized purchases, where when buying standardized goods or services where quality and specifications are well known, this method ensures competitive pricing. So this is used for public sector, large scales, and standardized projects. The next strategy is negotiated procurement strategy. It is like a dance between businesses and the suppliers or vendors. And instead of just picking an item from a set price list, both parties sit down and hash out the terms. It is about crafting a deal that's mutually beneficial for both of them. From prices to delivery timelines, everything is up for the discussion. Now let's see its pros and cons. So first we start with the pros. It has customized solutions, tailored agreements ensure that specific needs are met, leading to potentially better outcomes. The next one is the relationship building. Direct negotiation foster stronger long-term relationship with suppliers and paving the way for future collaborations. And there is also flexibility in this strategy. The ability to negotiate terms allow for adaptability to changing circumstances or requirements. but it has also some cons or disadvantages, like potential for subjectivity. Without a structured bidding process, there is a risk of decisions being influenced by biases. Then also resource intensive negotiation can be lengthy, requiring significant time and efforts from both parties. And then it has another disadvantage, that it could be highly complexity. So negotiated procurement strategy often involves complex deal structuring, which can complicate the procurement process and require specialized knowledge or the legal assistance. After discussing is the pro and cons, so now let's see under what circumstances is the best choice. So when there is a specialized project, if you are working on a project that does not fit the mold, negotiated procurement can help you to source material or service that are just right. Then if there is a limited supplier in industry where the suppliers are few or have niche expertise, direct negotiation ensure you get the best value and the terms. And the last one is that it has it when there is a complex requirements for projects, those have multiple layers or intricate details. This methods allow for a deep dive into the specific, ensuring both parties are on the same page. Next strategy is suppliers vendor development strategy. This strategy is all about collaboration, in which businesses don't just buy from suppliers, they actively engaged with them, offering resources, training, or even technology to help them improve. This is a partnership where both parties work hand in hand, aiming for mutual business growth and success. This strategy has also some positive point and some not positive points. So let's discuss their pros and cons. So first start with the pros. It improves the supplier's performance. Investing in suppliers can lead to improvement in quality, reliability, and delivery times. Also, develop a strategic alliance with your suppliers and vendors. Close collaboration ensures that suppliers align with the company's strategic goals and value. And it also mitigates the risk. By understanding and supporting suppliers, businesses can anticipate and mitigate potential supply chain risks. After mentioning the pros, let's talk about some negative points or cons. High initial investment, yes, significant resources may be needed upfront to develop suppliers. Then high dependency, so relying too heavily on a few developed suppliers can pose risks if those suppliers face challenges or switched. Also, it required a long-term commitment. So suppliers development is a long-term strategy that may not yield immediate results, requiring sustained commitment and patience from the business. We can use this strategy when we want to build strong bonds. If we are looking to go beyond mere transactions and build lasting trust and understanding, supplier development is the way to go. Then we want to ensure a smooth supply chain for the businesses that they heavily rely on a consistent and reliable supply chain. Nurturing and investing in suppliers can be a strategic move. And then if there is a uncertainty or rapid movement in the markets, so in industries where the market landscape is rapidly evolving, and helping suppliers adopt and grow ensures that your supply chain remain resilient and agile. The next strategy is the direct acquisition strategy, in which it is all about simplicity and clarity, in which the businesses identify what they need and go directly to the producer or service provider to make the purchase, and there is no third party involvement, which means no additional markups or potential communication barriers. Okay, now let's discuss some of its positive points and some shortcoming of this strategy. So pros are like efficiency as cost saving, eliminating the intermediary can lead to the direct cost savings. Effective communication, direct interaction can reduce misunderstandings and ensure clarity in requirement, and then quick turnaround without the need for intermediary processes. Procure can be quick and fast. Some of its shortcomings are like it has limited market insight without intermediary. Businesses might miss out on broader market insights or better deals. It increase the responsibility, the vetting and the managing suppliers increase the responsibility of the business, and then it may become like a narrower suppliers base. So direct execution often limits the businesses to a smaller pool of suppliers, which can reduce competitive pricing and innovation. This strategy is the best choice when there is a routine and repetitive bias. For regular recurring purchasing, where the requirements are well known, direct execution is a no-brainer. Then clear specification when we know exact what we want down to the tiniest detail, it is best to go straight to the source to ensure our needs are met. Then trusted suppliers, if we have trusted supplier, then it is, if you have built a strong relationship with the supplier and trust their quality and reliability, direct execution streamline the process. After talking about the direct acquisition strategy, now let's talk about the indirect acquisition strategy. In indirect acquisition strategy, businesses collaborate with third parties or intermediaries such as agent, brokers, or consultant who have the expertise and the connection to find the best product and suppliers. These intermediaries navigate the market, negotiate terms, and often handle logistics, making the acquisition process smoother. Like other strategies, it has also some advantages and some shortfalls. So let's talk with the pros. Access to expertise. In this, intermediary brings specialized knowledge and insight, potentially leading to better deals. Then risk distribution, using intermediary can spread the risk associated with the procurement. And also time savings. Intermediary can handle various procurement processes, saving businesses time. Indirect acquisition strategy has also some shortfalls like additional cost. Intermediary will have their fees or markups, potentially increasing the cost. Then sometimes there is a potential of misalignment, so intermediary might not always fully align with the business specific need or values. And sometimes you also lose the control. Relying on the intermediary may result in less direct oversight of a procurement process, potentially leading to outcomes that don't fully meet the business's expectations. Under what circumstances this strategy should be used? Yes, when there is a limited in-house expertise, if the business don't have the expertise or resources to source directly, then an intermediary can fill the gap. Then diversifying suppliers, when looking to expand or diversify the suppliers base, intermediary can introduce businesses to new vetting the suppliers. So then if there is a market is complex in industries or markets that are intricate or rapidly changing, having an expert intermediary can be invaluable. Another very important procurement strategy in public sector is the public-private partnerships. Uh, it is a collaborative efforts between governments and entities and private sector companies. The goal of strategy is to jointly deliver public services or undertake significant projects. And by pooling the resources and expertise, public-private partnerships aim to achieve outcomes that might be challenging for either sector to accomplish independently or separately. This strategy has also some positive point and some shortcomings. So let's talk first with its positive points. its advantage is that it has the capacity or characteristics of pooling the resources. So combining resources can lead to more significant projects and better infrastructure. Same thing, we can share the risk as well. Both public and private shares the risks, leading to potentially more sustainable projects. And also there's a chances of boosting the innovations. The private sector can introduce innovative solution to public projects. Where there is a positive advantage of this strategy, there are also challenges too. So like complex governance, managing a PPP requires navigating both public and private sector governance structures. Then longer negotiation periods. Establishing in a PPP can be time consuming due to complexities involved. And then there are accountability issues. The blending of public and private sector roles can sometimes lead to confusion about who is accountable for various aspects of the project, potentially complicating the project management and outcomes. Where we can use this strategy is when there is a large scale projects. Infrastructure development like roads, airports, dams, or utility often require vast resources and expertise, making them ideal candidate for PPPs. Then specialized services, when a public service requires specialized knowledge or technology, partnering with a private entity can bring in the necessary expertise. Then also resource allocation, in situation where public funds are limited, partnering with the private sector can help bridge the resources gap, ensuring project completion. After going through all the procurement strategies, we come to know that there are various options available and each offering a unique benefit, but the challenge lies in selecting the one that aligns best with the needs and the requirement of the business. So now let's explore the factors that should guide to reach to the right decision. These factors are nature of the project, budgetary constraints, suppliers relationship, market dynamics, risk tolerance, transparency requirement, size of business, nature of industry, and specific needs. At the end, I would say that remember there is no procurement strategy is set in stone. As the businesses grow and industry dynamics shift, the procurement needs will evolve. It is essential to conduct periodic reviews of procurement strategies, gathering feedback from both internal teams and suppliers. This continuous feedback loop will not only optimize the current process but also ensure well preparedness for the future challenges and opportunities.